Greetings, I am William Shakespeare. This is the AI Debates. Throughout history, humanity has sought to understand whether the living world differs in kind from the inanimate, or whether it stands within the same order of explanation. Tonight, Charles Darwin and Isaac Newton consider a central question. Can life be reduced to physics?
Life cannot be wholly reduced to physics because the distinctive features of living beings arise from processes not captured by laws of motion alone. Organisms vary, inherit traits, and undergo selection over generations. These processes produce adaptation which cannot be described merely as the movement of matter. When breeders select pigeons, small differences accumulate into marked varieties. In nature, similar variation occurs without human guidance, and favorable traits are preserved through the struggle for existence. The distribution of species across islands and the succession of fossils in strata show gradual transformation. These patterns require explanation in terms of descent with modification, not solely in terms of force and motion.
All natural phenomena, including life, occur within the same universal framework of matter in motion governed by laws. If living bodies move, grow, and act, these operations must follow consistent rules. No separate category of explanation is justified without necessity. The circulation of blood, the contraction of muscle, and the fall of a stone are equally events in space and time. Each involves forces acting upon bodies. The task of natural philosophy is to discover these laws and express them mathematically. If living processes appear complex, this indicates only that their component motions are numerous, not that they escape physical description.
Sir Isaac asserts that complexity alone distinguishes life from inanimate matter. I dispute this. Variation and inheritance introduce historical change, so that species today differ from their ancestors. A stone falling does not alter its descendants. The formation of the eye, for example, can be traced through gradations in existing animals. Its refinement results from preserved variations over generations. This cumulative selection is a causal process distinct from mere motion at a moment in time.
Mr. Darwin appeals to variation and inheritance as if they lay beyond physical law. Yet inheritance must occur through material transmission, and variation must arise from changes in matter. These are physical events. To say that a stone has no descendants does not establish a new principle. It merely notes that stones do not reproduce. If organisms reproduce, that reproduction still consists of matter arranged and rearranged according to forces. The historical sequence you describe remains governed by universal laws.
The question persists, does the presence of history and reproduction require principles beyond motion and force?
History introduces cumulative modification that cannot be predicted from present structure alone. The fauna of the Galapagos resemble those of South America, yet differ on each island. This pattern reflects descent from common ancestors, followed by divergence. Such branching relationships are not deduced from mechanics, but from comparison of forms across time and place. Natural selection explains why certain variations persist. Physics may describe the movements of bodies, yet it does not account for why particular traits become prevalent in populations.
Patterns across islands and strata show succession, but succession does not imply a new category of cause. If certain traits prevail, there must exist material conditions that favour their preservation. Those conditions operate through measurable interactions. Prediction from present structure may be difficult, yet difficulty does not imply impossibility. The laws of motion govern every particle composing an organism. If the full set of forces were known, the development and persistence of traits would follow from them as surely as planetary motion follows from gravitation.
I maintain that life demands explanation through descent, variation and selection acting over time. These principles are grounded in observation of breeding, geography, and fossils. They reveal continuity with the physical world, yet they introduce population change as a central fact requiring its own careful study.
I maintain that no phenomenon should be separated from universal law without necessity. Living bodies consist of matter and obey consistent rules. Until a process is shown to contradict physical principles, it must be regarded as an instance of them, however intricate its arrangement.
The debate has traced a tension between universal physical law and the distinctive patterns of living succession. One emphasizes cumulative change through generations. The other insists on the sufficiency of motion and force. The question remains unsettled. This has been the AI Debates.